Today I'm going to go over my dynamic adaptive bitrate uh, pipeline that I built with Ffmpeg and Typescript. And so to start off, how it works is the first step that it does is it takes a input MP4 file and it probes the height of it using ffprobe. So if we have a MP4 file that's of the resolution 1920 wide by 1080p tall, then it takes that 1080p and outputs it. And so in step 2, we use that probed height to determine what rungs to select on a ladder. And basically this ladder, you can think about it as the resolution selection on YouTube. And you could select different resolutions. And adaptive bitrate, you can think about it as when you select the auto option on the resolution select, um, dependent on your internet connection bandwidth, it selects the resolution. Um, and so the higher your bandwidth, the higher resolution your connection can handle. So that's why YouTube gives you multiple options for resolution. And so the input file was 1080p. And so this rung selection system only selects resolutions that are smaller than the source file. And so if our input file is 1080p, then you don't want to select rungs that are higher because upscaling just produces garbage. And also, um, you get the value from uh, uh, downsizing, um, as mentioned before. So using this, the rungs we selected are 720p and 480p. And so next, we move on to multi-resolution transcoding, which is basically we use Ffmpeg to take our input MP4 and we transcode and scale it down into the selected rungs that we uh, selected in the previous step. And this uses the libx 264 codec and then generates these smaller renditions of the uh, the video. And then the final step is HLS generation. And basically what HLS is allows you to stream files without having to stream the whole video all at once, like downloading all at once you uh, press play on a video, and it breaks it into chunks. So basically, things that consist of the HLS spec are like playlist files. So you have a master playlist file, and then that master playlist file points to playlist files of each resolution. So of these three resolutions we have, and then each playlist file for resolution points to a series of chunks or transport segment files, and these transport segment files uh, are represent a range of the video. So you could set it to something like 6 seconds. So each chunk is 6 seconds. And so how it works whenever a client requests uh, to watch your video that you have stored is that they request the master M3U8 file or the master playlist, and then depending on what resolution they have selected, let's say they have 720p selected, then that master M3U8 points to the 720p playlist file, and then dependent on where they are in the video, let's say they're at 5 seconds, then they have the uh, first transport segment file requested. now that we have a high level idea of how this utility works, we can move on to the code. So the main uh, method that we're exposing is the transcoded method, and this takes in an input path, which is the path of the input MP4, and then the output directory, which is where the this HLS segments and playlists are going to be outputted. And it executes an ffmpeg command. I got this ffmpeg command from Mux, so big shout out to them. Ffmpeg can be pretty unwieldy and complicated, and so I use this command and uh, dynamically generated this command based on the rungs that we have selected in the high level overview. So we have a craft commands component that generates the command components, and we call this command. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you guys better understand. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, please put that in the comments.